And I think
by now, you've probably heard it.
this woke ideology.
Weak and woke.
Wokeism.
Over
Woke lunacy.
and over
Woke beliefs and policies.
and over again. Woke has become a charged political catch-all phrase, often used as a battering ram and a battle cry, and to many, a slur.
It's almost another way of saying black. It's another way of saying the N-word.
They weaponized the civil rights movement and said it was a communist movement.
Before it was a pejorative, woke was about black safety and empowerment. In the early 20th century, when Jim Crow had its grip on America, white supremacist danger and violence was a constant threat. So black folks had to keep their eyes open, literally and figuratively. They had to stay woke. But what's the real actual definition of the term woke?
It's to be awake to what's happening around you, particularly when it comes to systemic injustice.
The roots of woke run deep to the heart of black America's fight for equality. In the 1930s, bluesman Huddie Ledbetter, aka Leadbelly, penned a protest song in honor of the Scottsboro Boys, a group of black teens falsely accused in Alabama of raping two white women.
They tell us all about.
Everybody be a little careful when they go down through that, but stay woke, keep their eyes open.
And since then, it has become part of the cultural lexicon. And that's what it's always meant to black people for almost 100 years now.
By the late 80s, woke was showing up in black art, like Spike Lee's classic film, School Days. And later, given new electricity by neo-soul artist Erykah Badu after the killings of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. And in 2020, woke crossed over from black culture to the mainstream following the murder of George Floyd.
No one was talking about woke as much as we have in the last 2 years, right? This was in speak in the black community. I think there was a lot of terror in seeing what was happening in 2020, seeing the multi-racial, multi-ethnic coalitions of people who really rallied around like understanding more about anti-blackness, understanding more about systemic racism.
Today, woke has become an ideological lightning rod and dividing line, a warhead in the latest culture wars.
Once it became like political football, particularly as we see with the GOP, it seemed like a mass message went out. Wokeness is what we're targeting.
They mean it as a slur, but the people who are for these policies, for these specific goals, who think that I want my children to learn about the history of this country and not just the white history of this country, that's not a slur to me. And if you call it woke or whatever you call it, I am proud of representing those things and I want them in policy.